I'm William Kumwembe with Business Time on Times Television, courtesy of Sky Band. This is a magazine program where we bring you major business and economic news stories making headlines. And in the program today, Escom to appeal the 32% electricity tariff hike. We have a report. And FNB rebrands to First Capital Bank. We have these and other stories.
How to contact support. You can call us on 099 Skyband or 021 Skyband. You can send us an email, helpdesk@skyband.mw, or find our physical address on our website and come see us in person. Skyband.
Hello and welcome. And in our main story today, the Electricity Supply Corporation of Malawi, Escom, has said it would engage the Malawi Energy Regulatory Authority, Mera, for a reconsideration of last week's 31.8% electricity-based tariff hike approval. Escom said this in Blantyre at a press briefing its Chief Executive Officer, Alexon Chiwaya, held along other senior managers. We have the detail in this report.
Escom Chief Executive Officer Alexon Chiwaya addressing journalists Tuesday morning in the company of other Escom managers. They are reacting to last week's 31.8% electricity-based tariff hike approved by the Malawi Energy Regulatory Authority, Mera. The financially struggling Escom wanted a 60% four-year-based electricity tariff increase between 2018 and 2022. Chiwaya says while the approved tariff hike would help Escom improve on its service delivery, it still does not reflect the cost of electricity production.
Since they are our regulator, we put in our requirements, we justified our requirements, but they analyzed it and they approved what the figure they did. Only that we have now to make them know on what are the implications of that reduction in the figures. The implications are that we may not be able to do other things that we are planning to do in the time that we plan to do them in the next 4 years. But we have to ensure that whatever we do, we improve on the quality of our service delivery to the customers. As you know, we already planned to increase access to this by up to 30% as minimum. And then we also want to minimize all those interruptions. First and foremost, I think we should all know that Escom buys power from every generator that is in the country. But we are trying to diversify, also to buy from across the borders. For instance, we need to invest a little bit more in the line from Mozambique to Malawi. Unfortunately, in this consideration of about 31% approved tariff, that element has been removed. Also, our weakest link at the moment is the line between Salima and Chinteche in the north, which is on wood poles. The wood poles, I've seen the times. We have identified over 150 wooden poles to be replaced at the moment. They are rotten on the line. We'll be doing that as immediately from this time. But our plan was to remove and replace that line to use steel poles or steel towers. Unfortunately, that element has also been removed from this approval. It's like that we have to find other ways. And if you are in Nzozo, for instance, you experience all these regular interruptions due to the fact that we keep switching off the line so that we can replace. But our aim was to get rid of those interruptions. Unless if it's an interruption, it must be something different.
He says some proposed investments aimed at upgrading the electricity supply in the country were taken off by Mera. Among other things, the base tariff submission by Escom provided for a 57 billion kwacha as an estimated investment cost for the Malawi-Mozambique interconnector. A sum of 11 billion kwacha was provided in the 2014 to 2018 base tariff for the project, but Mera deducted a further 20 billion kwacha, leaving 26 billion kwacha in the approved project. Escom also proposed to upgrade the Nanjoka substation, which is to support the Lilongota project and Salima Cotton Factory, and the Eastern Transmission Backbone, which is to support the enhancement of supply reliability to the northern region, were dropped. The cost of upgrading the substation was included in the base tariff submission at an estimated cost of 4.1 billion kwacha, but was ruled out by Mera. The 132 kilovolts Eastern Backbone transmission line from Nkoma via Salima to Jinteche substations was also included in the base tariff submission to Mera at an estimated cost of 43.1 billion kwacha. The project involved the replacement of the absolute 132 kilovolts wooden pole structure transmission power line with steel structures so as to reduce power interruptions in the northern region caused by regular maintenance and forced outages. Escom Commercial and Customer Services Manager Wiseman Kabwazi said with the new tariffs, it would remain relatively expensive to produce electricity. Escom has been sailing through troubled waters in recent months due to, among other things, bad procurement decisions which resulted in the firm buying equipment it does not currently need. The utility body has since also said it would go ahead with the proposed 30 billion kwacha borrowing from the market. I'm William Kumwembe.
German ambassador to Malawi, Jürgen Bosch, on Friday challenged the country's manufacturers to come up with projects that would help pull many Malawians out of poverty. Bosch was speaking in Blantyre when the Malawi Innovation Challenge Fund launched its fourth window targeting manufacturing sector. We have the detail in this report.
Bosch said despite decades of development efforts supported by significant amounts of foreign aid, Malawi has experienced weak economic growth and has fallen behind its peers. He said per capita income has improved only minimally in the 50 years since Malawi's independence, adding that growth has been volatile and distributed unequally with little impact on poverty.
I think MICF, the Development Fund for Innovative Ideas, is really a motor to get the engine started towards innovative projects, towards having a speedy start of young businesses, of small and medium enterprises with innovative ideas that include the youth, the young, the poor, and that come up with ideas that might have the potential to make a change in development and in business. It's about projects that are new, that are somehow thinking out of the box, projects that have to be tested, that have to have a realistic chance to be implemented, and it's about projects by partners from private sector that really have a concept, a clear idea of something that is innovative, inclusive, and environmentally targeted, so that we can really make a change for the society.
MICF Director Burika Samarashinge said through the manufacturing window, his organization aims to enable manufacturers in the agriculture and non-agriculture sectors in Malawi to backward integrate processes to incorporate locally produced products and services that would enable them to compete in international markets or allow for import substitution in the domestic market, while at the same time delivering large social and environmental impact.
The MICF started in 2014. We are financed by KfW, DFID, UNDP and IFAD, and for this window, the manufacturing window, we're looking for innovations either in terms of exports or import substitution in the manufacturing sector. We've had a really good impact, very impressed by the innovation and the depth of quality of Malawian businesses. We've our 17 or 18 projects are looking at impacting on over 40,000 poor households in Malawi. We're generating over 1,000 jobs and having opportunities for over 20,000 poor income households to access products and services they wouldn't normally have been able to access. Business has to, it's very simple, you have to submit a 6-page concept note. You have to answer a number of questions, primarily about what your idea is, how does that fit in with your business, what will be the social impact, and then we assess that, not through us, but through an independent investment panel, and then we ask you to write a full proposal should you be successful, and after that we go into a contracting phase.
UNDP Resilience and Sustainable Growth Portfolio Manager Andrew Spacewalker said his institution is impressed with the impact MICF is having on Malawians.
Yeah, the Malawi Innovation Challenge Fund has been was launched by UNDP and our development partners 4 years ago. So we're very happy that this morning in Blantyre we've been able to engage the private sector, bring them together on the launch of the new manufacturing window, which is being financed by the government of the Federal Republic of Germany through its the German Development Bank, KfW. So over the last 4 years, we have confirmed that the innovation appetite in the private sector, in Malawi's private sector, is much higher than I think people recognize. I think a lot of, notwithstanding the constraints that the private sector feel in Malawi, there's still a large appetite for innovation, bringing new products to the market, new ideas, new services. So the MICF is really meant to help private companies take on some of the risks of introducing these new innovations to the market. If these companies can get access to finance from the banks, then they should go ahead and access the banks. The MICF, its role is for those more risky innovations, those more risky new product lines that they want to bring to the market, both for import substitution but also for export. And so the role of an instrument or a challenge fund like the MICF is to help those companies bring these new innovations and help them recognize that finance can play a catalytic role. So UNDP's role is to kind of be a catalyst for those innovations.
This is the second window under MICF to support manufacturing. The first round of manufacturing window was launched in 2016.
Relax. Here's how to connect. 1. Turn on your wireless card and connect to the Skyband hotspot. 2. Open your web browser and enter the login and 8-digit password exactly as it appears. 3. Now you can relax and surf the internet at any of our hotspots. Skyband.
One of the country's commercial banks, FNB, on Monday changed its name to First Capital Bank as part of its rebranding process. But the bank was quick to note that customers' details, such as account numbers, ATM cards, and others, would remain the same. We have more in this report.
First Capital Bank Malawi Chief Executive Officer Fernando Rodriguez said the rebranding of its operations will give the bank's business a further advantage as it continues to expand its customer base. Byte. Apart from the name change, First Capital Bank has also acquired a new payoff line, Belief Comes First.
Well, this rebranding, it positions us as a leading and agile regional player across the region. It conveys the idea that belief comes first. That's our new slogan. We want to be seen as the bank that help our customers achieve extraordinary things. We are rebranding across all the countries, so Zambia, Botswana, Mozambique, and Zimbabwe. Mozambique will be done beginning of 2019. So as of today, across these 4 countries, Malawi, Zambia, Botswana, and Zimbabwe, we are rebranding. Well, I think it's a very significant. It may seem like a small change, but it conveys the idea and the position that we are now trading as one name, one brand, one slogan in this region. So our customers will benefit even more from our regional presence. No changes at all, so our customers will not be affected. The account numbers are the same, the cards, etc. No interruptions, no negative impacts. No. Belief comes first. Belief comes first is the slogan that we picked. And we picked because it relates to our own story as well as our customer story. It's about our drive for continuous growth. And when you think about achieving extraordinary things in life, belief comes first. You may have the experience, you may have the finance, but if you don't believe in yourself, you'll not do it. So that's our new slogan. We want them to know that when it comes to achieving extraordinary things, we are the right financial partner, that we can support them in whatever projects they have, in order that both the bank and the customers write their own success stories. We are, so as of today, there are already branches that are being rebranded, namely in Blantyre and Lilongwe and Mzuzu. Those are, let's say, the first phase. And throughout the month, we will cover the full 31 branches. Yeah, well, it will be First Capital. Our commitment to that event continues, and it's something that we are very proud of. We really like to use the First Capital as a full, no acronyms. So.
FMB was established in 1995. Since then, the bank has progressively grown to become a nimble regional banking group, offering a comprehensive range of business and personal banking products. The group currently employs over 1,800 staff members who service a client base of nearly 840,000.
Young economists in the country have been encouraged to join fellow women's rights activists in the fight for women empowerment, stating that economic principles affect the attainment of gender equality. This was said at a conference hosted by the Action Aid, dubbed National Convening on International Women's Rights and Economic Justice. Sharon Jumbe with more.
The conference was organized to solidify the relationship between economists and women's rights advocates in order for both groups to reflect on how economic forces affect the women empowerment movement. Head of programs at Action Aid, Peter Pangani, says economists strengthen the fight for women empowerment.
We do expect that the young economists, in the name of the women that we brought together this evening, are going to better understand, how, the trends are moving out there, both at national level, even starting from the local level, national level, as well as globally, and then be able to see how relevant they are, towards the attainment of women's economic justice. But then also so that they see what service they can provide to the other women, like in the rural areas out there, you see, so that their principles in terms of the economics and all that, you see, are bearing fruit and changing the lives of the women out there. Because we have seen that there are a lot of gaps between the people that have got the knowledge and the people down there that need the knowledge. So we wanted, to enhance this kind of interface so that, the young and upcoming economists, especially the women economists, are able to appreciate how relevant they are to the prevailing challenges, that are being faced by the women out there for their attainment of gender equality and economic justice.
In her keynote address, Principal Secretary of Ministry of Gender, Disability, Children and Social Welfare, Esmi Gainja, says the Malawi government supports young economists.
The Malawi government is very committed to support the women, the young economists. What we are encouraging them is that they are practicing their career at opportune time when the government is already committed. We have the head of state, the president, as he for she, champion, one of the 9-10 leaders globally. We have the policies, gender-related policies, and globally, Malawi is very unique because it has consolidated the constitution, aligning it with the definition of the age of the child and defining the age of marriage to 18 years for all the youth. And these are serious commitments, and we have also mainstreamed gender in the microeconomic policy of Malawi, the overarching policy, Malawi development goals. This is very important.
The other partners in the conference included Malawi Economic Justice Network, Christian Aid, Women's Forum, and NGO Gender Coordination Network. Reporting for Times, this is Sharon Jumbe.
Remember, this is Business Time on Times Television with me, William Kumwembe. It is a magazine program where we'll bring you major business and economic news stories courtesy of Skyband. We'll be right back.
At Skyband, we offer a variety of products and services to meet your needs and requirements. We have Evo services, which connect to our 4G WiMAX network across Malawi. We offer social Wi-Fi, which allows you to browse the internet using your Facebook and Google accounts on any of our over 150 hotspots nationwide. For our corporate customers, we offer uncapped internet services, corporate MPLS and VPN connections, a state-of-the-art data center, hosted services, Metro Fiber in Ilongwe and Blantyre, and many more. At Skyband, we help you to stay connected, whether at work, in your home, or on the go. Skyband, Malawi's leading internet services provider.
And as we proceed with the program, let us now have a look at how the Malawi kwacha is faring against major trading currencies on the foreign exchange market. Members of staff on Friday celebrated Impact Day, where they contributed various items to Gogo Chatinka Maternity Wing at the Queen Elizabeth Central Hospital in Blantyre. The Deloitte Impact Day is a year-round celebration of Deloitte's commitment to local communities. As part of the day, member firms around the world host activities where Deloitte professionals spend the day volunteering. We have more in this report.
Among others, the firm donated high dependency unit monitor as well as vidoscopes. In addition, the firm donated foodstuffs to patients all valued at 2.8 million kwacha. Deloitte Malawi managing partner Nkondola Uka said his firm is committed to supporting communities in which it operates.
Thinking around the Impact Day is that, as you're aware, Deloitte is in the financial services industry. We provide audit services and financial advisory services. So we spare one day in a year where we want to try and help or at least make an impact in the community by doing something that is for the benefit of the community. So today we thought of coming here at Queen Elizabeth Central Hospital and Gogo Chatinka Maternity Wing in particular to try and make an impact. We intend to make that impact through donations. First of all, we are donating an HDU monitor. This is a monitor which is used even during the theater to monitor vital body signs to the maternity wing. And we are also donating a theater lamp. The unique thing about this theater lamp is that it's got a backup power supply, so that in these days where power is sometimes unreliable, the theater will still have power supply. It will still have this lamp operating even in the event of power failure.
Gogo Chatinka Head of Department, Philos Bonongwe, thanked Deloitte for the gesture.
Okay, we are very happy for this kind gesture and would like to thank Deloitte and the team for coming at this hour to help us with this equipment that they have done.
Deloitte Impact Day is a year-round celebration of Deloitte's commitment to local communities. As part of the day, member firms around the world host activities where Deloitte professionals spend the day volunteering.
Well, with that story, we've also come to the end of today's edition of the program Business Time here on Times Television. It is a magazine program where we bring you major business and economic news stories making headlines. On behalf of the entire production team, my name is William Kumwembe, but always remember, if it doesn't make money, it doesn't make sense. Bye for now.